Well, hello and welcome to another episode of The Dugout, and today we are doing something different. What we're trying to do is analyze, and we'll continue to do that as the T20 World Cup comes very near.
9 days to go.
9 days to go, and every day hopefully we'll bring you some SWOT analysis, strength, weaknesses of each team. We'll start with teams that India would be facing off against. Some of them are very crucial, like Pakistan. That's the first encounter that India would be playing a day before Diwali. Will India be celebrating Diwali a day before? We'll only get to know on the 23rd of October. Mark the date. It's going to start at 1:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time.
At the G. Iconic G, Melbourne Cricket Ground.
I'll be at the G.
Yep.
So that will be here. But you're facing off against arch rivals Pakistan. And it's interesting that we're doing the SWOT analysis on a day that they won the Tri-Series, beating host New Zealand.
And mercurial Pakistan as always. You lost 4-3 at home in the 7-match T20 series against England. But you won the Tri-Series in New Zealand. Ideal build-up for the T20 World Cup? Maybe, maybe not. Because they again play 2 warm-up games after this. One is against England again, and another is against Afghanistan.
Yeah. Firstly, they defeated Siddharth's favorite team, so New Zealand not going in.
Not at all.
I mean, World Cup in great form.
Look at New Zealand's record. Haven't won a single limited overs game there since 2009 in Australia. And they head into this having been trounced 3-0 in the ODIs.
Okay, we'll keep the New Zealand analysis for when you do the New Zealand team SWOT analysis. But Pakistan, yes, they lost to England at home, but they have now won the Tri-Series. And remember, they played the final of the Asia Cup. They may not have won that tournament, but did play the final. So again, a close encounter, and you were saying whether it's correct preparation or not. But I tell you what, I mean, of course, it really helps a team going into a World Cup winning a Tri-Series like Pakistan have, and done in such dramatic fashion, a very, very close game. Once again, Nawaz stepping up for them. I think he's going to be very crucial for them.
Yes.
He's already played a few crucial knocks. He played one earlier in this tournament. He played one against India in that Asia Cup game, and now helping them win the final. So he's becoming the X factor. He was considered to be Ravindra Jadeja's replacement, and he's not replacement as in competitor to Ravindra Jadeja, similar in the Pakistan team, or Pakistan's Jadeja.
That head-to-head battle that Rahul Dravid likes to very much stress upon. Left-hander to left-hander.
Yes.
That matchups. Nawaz is changing the game.
No, but he is doing more with the bat than with the ball. At least in this particular series, I think did more with the bat. And just like Jadeja gets pushed a little higher up the order, being a left-handed batsman, they've done it with Nawaz, and that's one thing that's working for Pakistan. They've done it with Shadab. He also got pushed in and sometimes has done the job for them. And Nawaz is doing, because they have a non-existing middle order. We'll talk about that. So again, great day. These are latest pictures of them lifting the trophy in New Zealand.
At the Hagley Oval.
Yeah, they go in with some sort of confidence. So we've got some numbers for you. Let's take a look at the first one. These are the last 5 India versus Pakistan T20I results. And at this, India leads 3-2. But I'll say there will be a disclaimer to that, because then 2 of those games in 2016, right? So that is a good 6 years ago.
Yep.
And I think that is so far back that, teams have gone through complete overhauls, changes. Few players, of course, remain from there on. But I think these 2 results, in that sense, may not have a lot of impact. So India won. This is the T20 World Cup.
This was the Asia Cup encounter in Mirpur. Chasing 83, they were 5 down. And Virat Kohli's knock, 49, ensured that they got over the line. The Kolkata T20 World T20 2016 18-over match.
Again, Virat Kohli.
That 2016 year was the zenith of Virat Kohli. 2021, Pakistan break the jinx in grand style. 10 wickets.
152 for no loss.
Yes. Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan. 2 guys who would continue to be Pakistan's ultimate assets.
Yeah.
And in the Asia Cup, 2 last over thrillers.
Yes, one India won
5 wickets
while chasing,
Pakistan
the other Pakistan won.
And we all saw the dropped catch.
Yeah, but the operative part here is teams that were chasing both these times ended up winning, and that was a trend that we have tend to have seen in the UAE.
Since 6 years.
Oh.
Any team that has chased has won in India-Pakistan encounters.
Ah, that's interesting. So toss once again, huh? Even though toss is not going to be that crucial in Melbourne as it was in the UAE.
Yeah.
But still, it does seem like teams that are chasing, and we're talking on a day that Pakistan have won the Tri-Series chasing. So yeah, chasing then will become very important. So you can look at this stat two ways. If you're an Indian fan, you'll say, listen, we are leading 3-2 head-to-head. Last 5 years or last 5 T20s that we picked. If you're a Pakistan fan, you will say, hey, listen, those are about 6 years ago. Who counts? Let's take a look at recent clashes. That's from 21 onwards.
It's 2-1
in Pakistan's favor. So you'd have to say that, in recent memory, lately, Pakistan do tend to have an edge here. Huh?
They seem to have broken that India hoodoo that they had in T20s. Remember, they hadn't won the T20 match against them at the very beginning onwards. 2007, they won it in 2021.
Yeah.
But again, they will be playing for the first time when the T20 World. When was the last time the T20 World Cup was held outside Asia? 2010. Yeah. 12 years
I was
ago.
There.
Yeah, West Indies.
2009 was England. 2010 was West Indies.
Yes.
I was there both places.
Wow.
I'll be here
for the third T20 World Cup. Outside of India, that is. You must have done 2016, 2021.
2016 I was there, Eden Gardens.
Yep.
Virat Kohli. It was raining, I still remember.
18 over.
Very heavily.
Yep.
So, so lately, and by the way, Ramiz Raja mentioned that, and it was very interesting to hear him. A lot of players have been talking about it. I think Shahid Afridi also said that, lately, it was a no contest, India versus Pakistan, because India had taken that edge. But now I feel that Indians have started respecting the Pakistan team a bit more because of latest results. And I agree. I think I remember 2015 because, same country, Australia 2015 World Cup. It was in Adelaide, of course, India, Pakistan. I still remember before the match, I met a lot of Pakistan fans also. And the whole build-up was such that no one even gave Pakistan any chance.
Yes.
Because I think that time you had reached a stage where India was far ahead. And I think that is what was pointed out by, I think, Afridi or Ravi, that when Dhoni was captain at that time, India-Pakistan encounters became so one-sided. There was no interest. But lately, I think that 2017 Champions Trophy, let's not forget that.
Yep.
That was an important moment.
Whenever Pakistan have done well, it is thanks to their batters also. They always had good bowlers. But batsmen in that 2014 to 17 period, until the Champions Trophy, they relied on individual brilliance.
Yeah.
One, if they came up, okay, fine, we have done it. But that 2014 to 16, who was the top batter in the Pakistan team with a great average? You had to really struggle. You relied on Yunus and Misbah.
Yeah.
Not ideal in a world which was fast changing.
Yeah, I mean, Test cricket would be another thing.
Yes.
But not in T20 form.
Not at all. And even in ODIs. That's why Pakistan struggled in 2015. They didn't have the batters. Now they have batters. Although, even now, if we may say the ultimate assets, there are only 2 batters. Out of that, 8 or 9.
That is a statement that could start a debate, and it will. That is where we're going to go in next, which is looking at the top Pakistani batsmen since the Asia Cup. So, in terms of runs, no comparison to the 2 gentlemen here. Even if you've not been following Pakistan cricket, you would have read about it, you would have known that Rizwan and Babar, they are
1,343 runs between this duo.
Yeah.
And look at Rizwan's average. We are all talking, but again, what is the one thing that's going against Rizwan?
7 average. No, we'll get to that. So let's take a look at the big run getters. Rizwan, Babar get the majority of runs for their team, and they are going to be crucial. So just look at the problem then comes from the middle order. So you've got an Iftikhar, and this, by the way, cutoff is from Asia Cup onwards. So we haven't gone too far back. We want to look at the last 2-3 months because that will help us actually assess the current form. No point looking at the overall averages. Current form is
798 in the matter of 2 months. Asia Cup, England series, and
the Tri-Series.
And remember, Rizwan Babar, they had a 203 run opening stand against England.
Yes.
Recently. So they are in a different zone altogether.
Yeah, but so I mean, averages may not be the best way to judge. But I mean, just just to the naked eye, Iftikhar's average doesn't look that bad. Shan Masood's average doesn't look very bad. He's been brought in for Fakhar Zaman.
Yep.
Khushtil hardly gets such a... Asif Ali has been disappointing.
Yeah. Shadab also. But again, what is the problem with all these four players? I mean, 1, 2, 3.
Heather, you haven't taken Heather in this?
Heather, the sample size was too small.
Too small. Okay.
Too small. So, over 100. That was the cutoff. Whoever has scored over 100 runs in T20Is over this period, I have taken that.
But you should show that, I mean, Heather, who they're going in, but he hasn't played those many games.
He hasn't played that many games.
Yeah.
Again, but look at it. Asif Ali, Shadab, Khushdeal, Nawaz.
Khushdeal now finds himself out of the team. I don't think he's making the 11.
But what is the common factor in all these four guys? Nawaz, Khushdeal, Asif and Shadab. Sudden promotions and the element of surprise. Which is why I'm giving credence to the fact that Pakistan just have two batters who can play in a kind of T20 template. But even Shan Masood and Iftikhar, look at their strike rates. Hardly eye-grabbing. Hardly.
Actually, the one that really catches your eye is Shadab with that strike rate of 143. He did the job for them. Nawaz also, with the runs that he's got, because you got to take a look at the number of runs as well. Strike rate of 137. What happened to Asif, who hit some, I don't know, 206s in practice or something like that, they say. Did that against India also, last T20 World Cup. But since then, I can't recall.
I cannot see. Practice does not make perfect in the case of Pakistan. It doesn't.
Yeah. No, because he was brought in exactly for his 6 hitting abilities. It's not been happening.
You could have given them a lot of credibility by adding that surprise factor. Okay, we didn't prepare for Asif suddenly. But now he's been exposed in the tri-series. He's been exposed in the Asia Cup. Pakistan's middle order does not even have the element of surprise now.
Yeah.
There is no element of surprise.
No, as I know, okay, let's take a look at, because plenty of talk about Rizwan and Babar and their strike rate. So 126 is Rizwan, 130 is Babar. So you also got to see how many runs they're getting. Okay. Let's not undermine the runs, because as Siddharth also pointed out, look at that, almost reaching 1,000 runs in the last couple of months. So that's also important. Somebody has to put the runs on board. 126 and 130. Okay. Now looking at the current T20 standards, I could argue in that favor that yes, these are not eye-catching numbers. This is not something that, just strike rate I'm talking about, that will really attract you and say, wow. I mean, if it was a David Warner, for example, it would be 150 plus, Yep. So these are not eye-catching numbers. But my question is, what would I do if I'm Rizwan or Babar? When I know that middle order does not exist, where you have to rely on all-rounders to be pushed up and then they play a cameo and you win. What am I supposed to do? Because I know that, okay, if I bat long, if a Babar or Rizwan bat long, then I can take the team to a 160-ish kind of total. With 160, 65, whatever, I stand a chance. Because of the bowling that Pakistan has, I stand a chance. So I'm thinking, if I'm Rizwan or Babar, that let me take my team there. Because if I try and aim for 200, or 190, whatever, which now a lot of teams are getting in Australia and England, I try to aim for that and I get out early, then my team may fold up for 120 also. Then you are completely out of game. Yep. So again, if I was a Rizwan or Babar, I may also do exactly what Rizwan and Babar are doing. That listen, let me give my team a chance every game. Let me aim for 65. If I get more than that, 165, I get more than that, great. But with 165, I know I have the bowling to attack. What changes is when you're chasing.
Yes. That didn't work for Rizwan in that Asia Cup final.
Yeah.
That template of taking it deep, because they had
none of them stepped. Then that's what I'm saying. Well, he also might be thinking, what do I do?
It is very subjective.
The only option is that if I'm chasing a biggest total, I go for it. I get out early. Babar gets out early. And then instead of taking it deep, where you still might be in with a chance, there will be no chance. Game is over in 5 overs. Rather than it getting over.
What was India's problem in that ICC events of 2017 and 16? Get the top 3 out, that's it.
Yeah.
Pakistan get the top 2 out, that's it. Shan Masood, okay, poor guy made his debut in the England series.
Yeah.
Playing the tri-series, and you suddenly put him in the T20 World Cup cauldron. What do you do for, you have to feel for Shan Masood.
Yeah.
Because he cannot play attacking, but he can't be too defensive. That is the problem. Rizwan and Babar, look at Australia.
You
England.
think what would change? Like, so, okay, he's coming for Fakhar Zaman. I know he can play attacking cricket. He's done that. Who'll forget the 2017 Champions Trophy final? But was he getting runs? He couldn't get back to ball.
He was really struggling.
Yeah. What is your option? So you went with someone like Shan. So not the ideal scenario to have changed last moment.
Yes.
But also you got to be a bit easy on him that he's just got a chance. You'll have to allow him to play a few games. Who knows?
There is only one strength in the Pakistan team, that is Babar and Rizwan. That's it. You may.
Oh, what about Nawaz? We just said he could be the X factor.
He could be the X factor, but then again, bigger grounds in Australia and with already teams having seen him, like how he can. India in particular face the brunt of Nawaz. So they have plans for him now. That X factor is gone.
Plans everyone has for everybody. Yeah. But
that X factor thing is gone. Unless Nawaz does something and say, okay, unidimensional right-hander, I promote myself up the order. I go bang right from the word go.
No, I think that is the only option left with Pakistan.
That is it.
If I'm the coach, I am going to be sending Shadab / Nawaz, depending on lefty, righty, whatever, up the order, and then hope that because of that my batting order gets extended a bit. These guys play a cameo, at least play freely, and then the rest can do the job. But yeah, batting is their problem.
But they will take a bit of heart from the fact that this tri-series final, Rizwan and Babar did not score much against New Zealand in the final.
Yes.
The rest stepped up.
Yep.
So that will give them a faint ray of hope. But again, New Zealand, a team that is not so high on confidence. Better
Bangladesh they were beating, who were like really had a nosedive in terms of performance.
Said about Bangladesh.
No, but it's pretty sad because this was a competitive team.
T20 is on 18 losses. 18.
Yeah.
Terrible. Yeah. And a better bowling attack, say like South Africa in the group where we are in. India, okay, minus Bumrah, but still a potent bowling attack. Yeah. Pakistan's batters will be found wanting. And remember, they have not done well in Australia in any format for the past 20 years.
Yeah. I think for India, it'd be a simple thing in their batting. Get them early.
And in the Asia Cup, Nawaz and Shadab are out of syllabus questions. Now you know they are in the syllabus. Get them out also soon.
No, but in international cricket, you should be ready for all questions.
That's the thing.
Okay, what's coming up next? So, batting, or especially middle order batting, maybe the Achilles heel, but
now this is the top Pakistan pacers right from Asia Cup till the tri-series who has excelled. And remember, in this entire period there's been no Shaheen Afridi, and Shaheen is coming back, which adds a different dynamic altogether. Haris Rauf, Naseem Shah, Mohammad Hasnain, Shaheen Afridi, they have got all the bases covered when it comes to bowling. Left arm menace, you want it, you got Shaheen. Match fitness, rhythm is very, very dodgy. Naseem, I think, was one of the star performers in that Asia Cup. For that 19-year-old
who made India sweat for that win.
Yes.
First win.
Wasim Jr. was injured, but he did play this England series. He did play there, and he also played in the tri-series. So he's played a total of 9 to 10 games heading into this. But Haris Rauf, I think he was the key
look at the
difference.
wickets.
He was the key difference. In that 5-wicket win that Pakistan had, he bowled brilliant last overs and he kept Virat Kohli quiet. And even in this tri-series, 22 wickets, but every bowler has a big problem, and that is the last hollow.
Yeah, actually, that is what I'm saying, because we've agreed on this fact, and this is the general notion that, listen, Pakistan have the bowling attack to even defend lowish total or below par totals. But the thing that really surprises me is this economy rate, which is at 7.67, 7.89. Now, these two are on the expensive front, where 9.45 and 8.89. Now, this will be respected in T20. These are respectable figures because bowlers go for 8, 9, whatever. It's very rare to get anyone below 7. Very rare. So, respectable. But the only thing why I'm still surprised at this is, I'll tell you why. Because we're only looking at the Asia Cup, England series, as well as the New Zealand series. All these three series haven't seen very big totals. So you saw in UAE about 170 or
160, 170
was a winning total, right? So no 200.
In the England series, you did see some big totals,
but some were very low as well. Very low scoring games as well.
The Karachi leg was pretty high scoring. The Lahore leg was middling.
That's what I'm saying. So you had there. Even New Zealand have been low scoring.
Pitches,
So in a scenario, in conditions where you've played where batting or like 160, 70 have been winning totals, if you've got this economy, then that is a bit of a worrying sign. I'll tell you why. Because now, when you're going to be playing in Australia, where we're seeing Australia, England, you're going to get flat batting tracks, and totals may go about 180, 85, 200s also we're seeing.
The first game that England played in Perth, it witnessed a 200 plus score.
Yeah. In those scenarios, this economy rate automatically goes up. So economy hasn't been great, and so it does paint a slightly different picture to what we've been assuming about Pakistan. Yes, I think the key for them is that they keep picking up wickets that actually helps them win or defend lower totals. But economy is not great as far as the fast bowlers are concerned.
Yep, and when you look at the spinners, Shadab and Nawaz, that's it.
Yeah,
you can't rely on part-time.
One over each match. I've seen it's kind of become a trend.
Yep.
He gets one over each match.
They don't even have that much of depth in the spin option. And in Australia, I think you'll get away with it, but you didn't get away with it.
Usman Khadir is not part of the squad?
He's not part of the squad. Usman Khadir. Although he did play, but again he struggled. In that England series, he did struggle a lot. So Khadir is not there. And Nawaz and Shadab, 33 wickets, their middle overs have been pretty decent. The reason why they went to the final overs against India was that because Nawaz and Shadab kept them in the game. But Shadab, I think his penetration is a big problem now. 14 wickets, but he's been a constant with them ever since the Asia Cup. Asia Cup, England, the tri-series.
No, I can remember games even in the New Zealand tri-series, even in the Asia Cup, where he really stood out. I think that Afghanistan game with a close game, the standout bowler.
That sixes that he hit with the bat, he contributed more with the bat.
Also in the tri-series games that he was picking up wickets. So I think he can be dangerous. He does come in sometime in the power play as well. So I think the spinners are also doing well, but you're right, the depth isn't there. But you'll get away with it in Australia because you're going to play only 2 spinners. No, but India has gone with 3 spinners.
But they'll play only 2. Logistically speaking, see, Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney, Perth. You won't play 3 spinners in those particular parts. Except Sydney. Sydney might be an exception to the norm.
Yeah, but even though the flat batting tracks, not the test match tracks are very different because of the wear and tear, then spinners come into play in Sydney. In T20, pitches remain beauty to bat.
And again, we have discussed the opportunities, the threats. The threat is lack of depth in the spin department. The biggest weakness, I think Pakistan are playing T20 cricket like it was in 2008-9.
But people will argue they're doing well. They reached the final of the Asia Cup.
They lost in the final of the Asia Cup. They lost 3-4. But who did they lose to at home? New England. And look at England in the power play. I had just taken out a sample of what has been the power play strike rate of the teams in 2022 in T20Is. Pakistan, their average run rate.
This calendar year.
Just this year. 7.2,
which is low. So the only other team I can see is lower than them is Sri Lanka.
6.72. But look at where India are doing, 8.5. That means 6 overs, India are guaranteed to cross 50 every single time.
That's the biggest difference between India and Pakistan, because we know a lot of time power play, both when you're bowling and batting. So if you pick up wickets in the power play with your bowling, and if you score big in the power play with the bat, that makes a huge difference. And in this department, India hold a clear edge. Look at the run rate India get at 8.5, and it's less than 7.5 for Pakistan. Pakistan's second lowest. I think Sri Lanka
are the lowest.
Correct.
Because
and this, if you remember, start of the year, Sri Lanka weren't in great form.
They weren't in great form.
Then now, so even if you have to look at maybe last 2 months, they may even beat Pakistan.
But if you looked at the Asia Cup, the openers did struggle. It was the lower order that helped them out again. Vanindu Hasaranga, all those guys. So that's why. But look at the new template now. Even New Zealand, a team that is struggling, their run rate in the power play this year has been over 8.
Because I think Finn Allen and Conway both.
Guptill. The old war horse is still there though. But England, the template is very clear.
But Williamson then comes and slows it down.
Williamson, he got a 50 though in the final. But again, Pakistan seemed to be stuck in the early part when T20s was being played. Because now this is about slang. You have to create a base in the power play itself. India, England, which teams are building the right momentum? for this T20 World Cup?
Australia, England, too.
England and India.
Yeah.
Because India they may have won at home, but their template is pretty clear. Go bang bang. And England.
But a lot of viewers will disagree with you looking at KL Rahul's knock yesterday in the practice game. But that's a practice game.
That's a practice game. And practice games don't count much except for psychological setbacks.
Yeah, he did turn it on in the bilateral tri-series, T20 series.
Yes.
He can. He knows. If he wants, he has all the shots in the book, by the way, KL Rahul.
Australia-South Africa series.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah,
didn't KL Rahul dispel that notion slightly?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I always believe, because you can see it, he has the shots in the book. If he wants, he can bat at 150. It's not that, some people don't have the shots or the strokes to do that. He has all that. It's just the kind of gear that he wants to bat in. And that's a decision he has to take.
And if KL is 120, 130, it gets balanced by Rohit's 140, 150 strike rate. But in the case
KL also can go at 140.
This is the main problem. 126 and 130.
Yeah, but as I said, there is a catch-22 there.
Yeah, big
There's no way, what do you do? So if I was also, as I said, Rizwan, Babar, I would do that. Okay, before we wind up, what do you think? India, Pakistan, where will the game be won or lost?
The game will be lost if India hold their nerve in clutch moments. If they don't, like what happened, they dropped catches. It hurt them. Take your catches. Hold your nerve in the death. Because you are without Bumrah.
Yeah.
India are favourites 9 out of 10. But if they make those blunders in the Asia Cup, dropping catches, I see Pakistan bouncing on that.
I think it's going to be a close game. But if you push me to pick a winner, I think I may give India the edge. I think they look like the better team on paper. And two very crucial things that India would have to do. One, I think toss will play a role. May not be as important as we saw in the UAE, but it will play a role. Chasing is what India also enjoys doing, and we've seen with Pakistan too.
Also.
So no team really wants to set a total. Sometimes I know it's a pressure game. Sometimes they say in a pressure game it's good to put a total, but I think because it's not like a semi or a knockout, I think chasing is something that teams will look forward to. So toss might get into or become very important. The other thing is, if you get the openers out quickly, both Babar and Rizwan, because they were getting Babar quickly earlier, but it was Rizwan who was then batting on.
Yes.
If we get their opener with their middle order under pressure, I still think, and also I think India has the bigger match players on the day.
Big match players, yes.
So I'd give them the edge. Those
Pakistan are also peaking, but again, you don't know which Pakistan will turn up. England, they lost 3-4. And in the tri-series, they're playing like champions.
Yeah.
But it was the same Pakistan that reached the Asia Cup final who had to struggle for their lives against Afghanistan.
Yes.
You really don't know which
But
Pakistan.
that's the fun of India-Pakistan encounters. That's all the time that we have. I hope you enjoyed looking at our analysis of Pakistan, India's first opponents at the T20 World Cup. We'll come up with more teams, as I promised earlier. We'll take a closer look at them. For the moment, it's goodbye from me and Siddharth. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today if you haven't already.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Vanakkam.